Welcome in, Beantown Breakdown, episode 9. We're back after a brief hiatus. That's on me. I'm not even gonna lie, Andrew. That's on me. It
No,
really
it's
is.
okay. It's all right to have a little week off because this week is just going to be just as better, you know.
It really, man. I've been grinding away at the schoolwork. It's been just beating me down. But that's what happens, I guess. You know, senior year, you don't want to get senioritis too early. I'm trying to save that for the deep spring,
Yeah,
not
I
the
was gonna
winter.
say wait for I don't know, wait until like April comes around. It starts to get a little warmer out. You're like, okay, like kind of want to like be done with this whole school thing and like just enjoy my summer. So that's when it really kicks in because you
Yeah,
still like got a month left.
that's gonna kill me right there. That's gonna kill me. But yeah, we've been busy. We've been busy. Um, but we're back. Episode 9, one shy of episode 10. We're almost in double digits. But we got a lot of Boston sports stuff to break down today. I mean, we've missed quite a bit over the past, week and a half, 2 weeks, but a lot coming out recently. We'll hit that new stuff first, might backtrack to the stuff that we missed prior, but the most recent news, obviously the Celtics making some moves at the trade deadline yesterday on Thursday. Some nice additions. I really like them. Derek White comes in from San Antonio. And then, of course, you add Daniel Tice once again, bringing him back home, the German vermin, Vanilla Tice, baby, whatever you want to call him. Plenty of names. And he's back. I like these moves. This team's red hot. 8 out of their last 10. The defense has been outstanding. Net rating, this team is the best in the NBA. I put air quotes around best because net rating, I mean, yeah, it tells you stuff statistically, but there's obviously a lot more factors than that, in my opinion. But this team's on a roll, Andrew.
So are you gonna miss are the Celtics gonna miss Josh Richardson?
I guess in the short term, but long term, I don't think he was a huge. You're not posting Josh Richardson on billboards around the city.
That is true.
So I
Also,
mean,
like, do you, in my opinion, like, just seeing it from the outside, like when it first happened, I'm like, okay, like they created a ton of spots
yeah,
on they have like what, 5 open spots now.
I think it might
Well, I
be
guess
4 or
Sam
something.
Hauser might have taken one of them, but yeah, that is I think they're set up for the summer now. Like, what is that, like this just the start? Like, it's just like, okay, like we offloaded some of this stuff and we brought in a guy who's under term for a little bit, Derek White, and it's just like we can make a run now at a guy in the summer.
You'd hope so. I mean, I'm sure they'll look at the buyout market too, see what that looks like. A couple names there that they might want to add, but they are setting themselves up nicely for the offseason. I don't know what the offseason is going to look like. I never know what a Celtics offseason is going to look like. But I like the moves Brad made in the sense that they're not so small that it's like, like why'd you even make these moves? And they're not so big either. Like you didn't go out and trade for James Harden. You didn't
Thank
give up.
goodness.
Thank goodness. I agree. You didn't give up pieces that are going to drastically shift the direction of your franchise. You had a guy in Derek White who has put up decent offensive numbers this season. I think he's averaging right around 14 points per game. He's great defensively. I believe he leads the league in blocks at the guard position, if not tied for first. I'm 98% sure he leads the league in blocks for the guard position, though. And then you add Daniel Tice, who obviously, I don't want to say he knows the system since it's not Brad Stevens' system anymore, it's Udoka's. But still, based off what we saw from Daniel Tice a few years back, a couple of years ago, it hasn't been that long. He's a good fit with the Celtics. And I think that's what you need on a team like this. Guys that fit well in this organization. Derek White and Daniel Tice, 2 of those guys.
I'm only upset really about the only player I'm upset about leaving is Romeo
Romeo.
Langford.
Yeah, I knew you were going to hit me with that.
I have to, right? Like I did run into him, didn't meet him.
I
Just
mean,
ran
you
into
guys
him.
are basically friends.
Yeah. So it is a little sad. Like, I mean, we didn't really get to see Romeo that much, right?
No.
It's like we drafted him first round. What was it, 2 years ago?
Oh, man, I don't even
And he was
know.
hurt. He was hurt all last year. Like, I think he didn't play or play at all.
It was like the majority, at least the majority. Like we
Yeah.
very rarely saw.
So this year was like the first year he ever like got, consistent minutes. And I did hear a thing, and I don't know if I can like, I guess take it with a grain of salt because I heard it on, I think 98.5, but they said that Romeo had to go because Udoka liked playing Romeo off the bench instead of Neesmith, and Brad Stevens wanted Neesmith to play. Like he was like, "Hey, I want him to play more," and Udoka just kept going with Romeo off the bench in that spot where he could have went Neesmith. So I don't know if that's like true or not. That like that was the only reason why he was gone was because he literally just wanted to play Neesmith more, which I don't really. I guess Aaron Neesmith, like I guess we haven't really seen him play much either. But
Yeah. His shooting obviously brings a lot to this team if it's on, but as you said, the sample size has been small, so it's not like he's proven himself as a shooter yet. He was at what, like Vanderbilt or something, right?
yeah, he played Vandy.
Yeah. So like, if he can shoot like he did at Vandy, I mean, yeah, obviously
He was.
want that.
I mean, he was on a terrible Vanderbilt team.
Mhm.
I mean, but he stood out. I mean, I just remember watching a few of the games that he was playing, and they would still lose, but he would still drop like 30. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that guy's pretty good. But
Yeah. So I mean, if he can do that, you're set. Like I liked Romeo in the sense like when he was in and his defense was on, it was impressive. He had some defensive highlights from this season that Romeo Langford is not really a guy you expect like to make those.
He struggled
plays.
with injuries though. Like
exactly.
I think
That's
the injuries limited him.
I think they really did too. We didn't see enough of Romeo, and now he's gone. Then he's probably going to be the next Kawhi in San Antonio. Watch.
I could see Popovich like literally. I mean, he's young. Like I think isn't Romeo only like 21, 22? Like he's young. He got drafted he was only a freshman when he left Indiana. So
I think he's 22, man.
You think so?
I think he's like my age.
Okay. I mean,
he's a lot better at basketball.
He's still young though. Like he's still definitely young. So I don't know, man.
He's 22 years old.
Yeah. So like I said, he's got time. Like he's definitely not like a guy I think San Antonio is going to play him. I think they're.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, they're kind of in a rebuilding mode. It seems like.
Yeah. I don't really know their roster makeup, but I'm assuming that Romeo's probably going to end up playing a decent chunk there.
I would have to imagine. I mean, you trade Derek White. Derek White was one of their better pieces. Like, there's just no doubt about that. Obviously, you got DeJounte Murray out there who's been having an unbelievable season. You're not going to get rid of him. You're keeping him. He's still young. His stock is rising quickly. And then I think they got Jakob Poeltl out there, center, who's decent, good big man. And Derek White was, a top 3 player on that San Antonio roster, I believe. And, they ship him to Boston for, decent pieces. But like again, it's not guys that it's not billboard caliber guys. It's a small move. I don't think Josh Richardson's the same player kind of everywhere he goes.
Yeah, and I don't think he was gonna fit in next year, right? It's like Josh Richardson and everybody else you traded. You could even say Romeo and obviously Freedom and Bruno, but
it's tough to see Bruno go, man. I mean,
to see Bruno.
Bruno had the poster of the century.
He did. I saw that.
He does that against Brooklyn, and immediately after Brad Stevens is like, "All right, get out, leave."
Dude, yeah, I did. That's the only reason why I knew who it was, is because I saw that. Like, I saw Grant Williams share something on Instagram of that dunk, and I saw he was like, "Oh, Bruno, like you doing something there." I was like, I don't even know who Bruno is, and then he gets traded. It's like the next week. He's like, hey, his value just went up with that dunk. So
they were like, we got to ship him out now. No way this guy ever scores again. We're shipping him out. So,
but honestly, dude, though, like everybody we traded out probably wasn't going to fit next year. Like Romeo wasn't going to get playing. Like, I think you got to try Neesmith. Like,
why not?
You have to use a first round pick, and I think you got to see what you got in him anyway, and you want to give him more minutes. And I don't know if they wanted to get Peyton Pritchard more minutes, but I have no idea. Like shipping Dennis out was a no-brainer. Like that was.
You have to.
That was just no brainer. Like you bring in Derek White, you're like, all right, like we obviously want to play Marcus Smart as well as Derek White, and then Peyton Pritchard too. I know they like Peyton Pritchard, so
Exactly.
I don't know. I like the moves.
I like
saw
everything.
everybody
like
on
everything.
98.5 hated it, and I was like, immediately, I was like, I like it. Then if they hate it, I like it.
Yeah, once you get like, they will literally find anything to complain about. It's unbelievable. It is like, I don't think there's ever been. We could have traded Dennis Schroeder for Kevin Durant yesterday, and they would still find a way.
They would
to
have
be
found
like,
an angle to be
"This
like,
is
oh,
ridiculous."
he's a cancer, like, or
Yeah.
he's just whatever. And I'm
He
just
gives
like,
up.
yeah,
He's
but
a
it's Kevin
trader.
Durant.
Like, I don't care if he's a trader. I want him on the team. Like, if we're
yeah, he's like
trading
he's like
Schroeder
the
for him,
second best basketball player in the world, and they would find a way to complain about it. So
second best, you got him behind Semi Ojeleye, is what I'm hearing.
Giannis,
All
close,
right.
very close.
Same thing.
Same.
Semi Ojeleye, he got traded yesterday too, I believe.
Did he? I didn't see that.
I believe he was part of a package deal. There was that 14 deal where DiVincenzo went to like
I
what?
saw
I think
that.
like Sacramento or something. Was it Sacramento?
I was kind of bummed about that because I saw he was linked to the Celtics earlier in the week.
Well, I heard like a one for one Schroeder for DiVincenzo,
which I wouldn't have hated it, but at the same time, I like the fact that they traded Dennis down to Houston, and then we're able to offload Freedom and Bruno, opening up more spots, more money. Like I just think it worked out, and I think Brad's first trade deadline was a success.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I like it. I like the moves. You didn't go over the top. You didn't go, quietly into the night like Danny Ainge used to do. And I would have liked DiVincenzo though. Tell you what, I told you the story about when I paid for his breakfast, right?
No.
No?
Oh wait, yes, you did. Yes.
I did.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Did I tell that on the pod or no?
Yes, that was a couple episodes ago.
Excellent. All right, I'm glad I got that.
I don't know why you brought him up, but you did, and
I don't know.
Yeah, no, you definitely mentioned that like a few episodes back. That's good.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna miss the memories him and I shared together here in Milwaukee, but best of luck to him. How do you like Tice back in Boston? Because I love it.
I love it, and I think he's a immediate upgrade over Freedom.
100%.
As your bench option for big man, because I hated seeing that we had to turn to Freedom in situations, and he was just a liability.
It sucks having to turn to Freedom when all else fails, and you got to turn.
But like, it
just sounds weird. I mean, when you're saying,
does. We're turning our back on it.
I hate Freedom, man. I just hate it, man.
Yeah,
I can't stand it.
We're pro Freedom here, but
anti-freedom.
Not that kind.
We're pro freedom, but anti-freedom.
Yes. So I hated seeing him go in and Rob Williams come out, because it was like Rob Williams brings so much more to the table. And I know I know like Freedom was supposed to be like the big man off the bench, but it's like, dude, at least Tice is like an amazing rebounder. Like that dude.
I love Tice. He knows
that
his
dude.
Role. He knows. His role.
He's insane. Yeah. Like the amount of rebounds that guy used to like grab, like was just every time a shot went up, I was like, Tyson gonna grab it. Like it's just, I don't know. You can't say the same thing for Freedom. So
no. I think with Tice too, like, he kind of touched upon this, but like, what you're gonna get out of him. I mean, he's not a guy that's gonna go for like, well, he's done it sometimes where he'll go for like 20 plus points, but
yeah,
you can like consistently rely on like 12 and 8 from him every night.
100%.
Or that's how it used to be. Rob Williams' role is obviously increased now. I don't think Tice is going to be doing that, but Tice off the bench, I feel good with him off the bench because he started for Boston.
I didn't even mind him as a starter, by the way. At the time.
Yeah, I mean, it was right. And you got to keep in mind, you still got Horford too.
Oh, that's right.
So between those three guys, like, it's a good defensive front court or back court, excuse me. No, front court. I was correct the first time.
They have a lot more flexibility now, having you have 3 big men that are capable of playing a decent size amount of minutes. So it's like, or even if Horford's out for the night, you still have 2 guys you can rely on, or vice versa. Like Rob Williams, like been a little injury prone, like in past years. So it's like, even if he has to miss a game or 2, you still have, Horford to start, and you still have Tice that can come in and play minutes. So it's like, I like it. I think they're way more versatile than they were.
Yeah.
And I think it makes them better. That's my
No,
opinion.
no, they got
I think they're a
better.
way better team.
They got better. And like you're gonna tune into Boston Sports Radio, and they're gonna tell you like he got worse, or the team got worse.
I heard that already.
Brad Seaton screwed, but no, they got better. I think. And you look at the defensive lineup now; it's unbelievable. With the Jays, you got Marcus, you got Rob Williams, you add Derek White, who I haven't seen play much, but from what I've heard, defensively he's very good. Just looking at the numbers too.
They said he's similar to Marcus Smart,
yeah,
but
a lot
like
of people
not
are high
as
on
good.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are really high on his defense. So you throw that in the mix. This is a great defensive team, and a team that has really been kind of led by its defense is really going to build off that. I think. I mean, the Celtics, they sucked like 3 episodes ago. I know we haven't recorded in a while, but like we were
done with them. I
was done. Like I was just done. But I'm starting to feel again, man. I really am. Like I'm starting to feel it again.
So what do you think their ceiling is this year? Like where is their ceiling?
I think they can win a playoff series.
So you got them going one series
at least.
Okay.
I genuinely do. I mean, right now, like statistically, they're literally like the net rating. They're the best team in the league. I'll pull it up on Twitter right now just so I'm not giving away false information on the pod here.
Yeah, but it's frowned upon these days.
It is frowned upon. You don't want to be doing that, especially such a reliable source such as me and you. But I looked. There was a graphic. Yeah. So right now, over the last 15 games. Excuse me. Let me make that clear. See, that's a huge thing. Over the last 15 games, they have the number 7th ranked offense, so top 10, and the number 1 defense, putting them at the number 1 net rating. And that's efficiency-wise. So most efficient defense, 7th most efficient offense over the past 15 games. And that's of today, February 11th, at 1:25 p.m. Eastern time.
The only thing that, I get that point that they're up there, but it's just like at the same time, it's like winning a playoff series, you're going to have to play a team that's been better than you all year, because I doubt that they sneak inside the top 4. I just don't see it happening.
Well, listen, I don't think that's out of the realm of a question here, realm of possibility.
You just look at those teams, though. Like, I really don't see the Celtics having enough ground to pass the Heat and the Bulls and the Bucks.
Okay, well, the Heat and the Bulls are Heat lead the East right now. Okay.
Yes.
Bulls are second. Boston is only 3.5 games back from
that is kind of crazy. That is actually wild, because
from the Bulls.
There isn't a team in the East this year that is like the Suns, right? Like the Suns are like insane, and the Warriors, obviously, but like we don't have a team like that in the East.
No, Heat at the top, Bulls in second, and then the Cavs and Bucks 3rd and 4th. Bulls, Cavs, and Bucks are all 1.5 games back of the Heat. Philly is 3 games back. Toronto's 4. Boston's 5. The way
it's taken a 6-game win streak though to even get in the spot they're in.
So ride the momentum, baby.
I agree. I mean, look at the Nets. They've lost 10 straight. So it's like we're going in opposite directions as the Nets, which I love to see.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful
But it's
thing.
like then you got a team that's hotter than you in front of you. Like the Raptors are, I think they might be the hottest team in basketball right now.
I believe they are. They've won 8. They've won 8 straight.
So it's like, I don't know. Who knows what Philly's going to look like either. Like, I don't know. I want to I'm kind of a betting man. So it's like, I've started to get into like NBA a little bit because I've been like actually doing decent. And it's like, it's so hard to like predict what these teams are going to look like now that there's so many new names everywhere. It's like, I don't know what Philly's going to be like. Philly just got James Harden. So it's like, who knows?
It'll be interesting. Interesting dynamic to follow, but these teams are close. Boston's in a good spot. Right now, you're assuming they're at least going to be in the play-in tournament. They make that.
I forgot about that, actually.
Yeah. So they make that. They should be good to go, because I'm not worried about the Hawks. I'm not worried about the Hornets.
What is the this is the first year it's happening, right?
Didn't they have it last year or something?
Oh, they did have it last year.
I mean, why change it?
So what is it? I don't understand.
You just like, two teams play in for the so like
For the 8.
yeah, obviously it's you have the 8 seeds that make it. That's how it
Yeah.
usually is. But now 4 teams play in for the 7 and the 8 seed.
Oh.
Yeah.
So right now, if it ended today, the Celtics would be the
Playing the Hawks.
one seed
Yep.
technically in the tournament, the
Yep.
play-in tournament.
Yep. So the Celtics would play the Hawks, and Nets would play the Hornets. So 7 plays 10, 8 plays 9.
And then if say the Celtics and the Nets win, it's 7. It's like 1 versus 2, and then whoever wins is the 7. Whoever loses is the 8.
So like I think then it goes to seeding. Like, I'm literally not 100% sure on this.
That is wild. I kind of completely forgot about that.
So I think like if 7 beats 10, so if 1 beats 4,
yeah,
that like they'd get the 7. So
that is confusing.
I
I
hate
don't know.
it. I hate
that
it.
is
It's so
confusing.
stupid. I'm trying to explain it in words without having it sound really confusing. If 7 beats 10, so if 1 beats 4, they would get the 7th seed. And if 8 beats 9, 8 seed. But if 10 were to beat 7, 4 to beat 1, and then like 8 were to beat 9, I'm pretty sure the winner of that game would get the 7 seed, and the 10 would get the 8 seed because it's like the lower seeding.
That is crazy.
I think I'm right. I really.
So did they implement this to like try to just draw more excitement? Like,
I literally
is that
have no idea, to be
like
honest.
what is the point of this?
Here?
Because I will tell you what, I think they copied baseball because which I don't know why the NBA would ever have to copy baseball because the MLB is a terrible product right now. But
here
the
we go.
wild card
So
playing
no,
game.
I was completely wrong, I guess.
Okay, well that's
At the
promising.
conclusion of the regular season, the 7th highest winning percentage in each conference will host the 8th in a playing game, the 7-8 game. The winner of the 7-8 game in each conference will earn the 7th seed. The team with the 9th highest winning percentage in each conference will host a team with the 10th, the 9-10 game. The loser of the 7-8 game will host the winner of the 9-10 game in a playing game, and the winner of that game in each conference will earn the 8th seed. So I thought my way was better.
I kind of liked your way, honestly.
I'm just saying. But yeah, no, I remember it was funky, and that's apparently it. I was completely wrong. I hope people didn't just stop listening right there, and they're like, "This kid sucks."
So, like I said, did they add this to draw excitement? Like, I don't
I
understand.
don't know. It's stupid.
Because you realize MLB already did this with the wild card game. Like, like the Red Sox Yankees played that wild card playing game this year. It's like it's almost like the NBA created their own version of this. So like, let's do a play-in tournament, not a one game, but it's like the MLB just says that like, hey, we're gonna have these 2 teams play against each other, and whoever wins is the wild card. And it's like, dang,
yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I don't know if it was that or if it was like a COVID thing to get more teams involved because guys are slim. But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, Celtics hot. Playoffs will be here before we know it, believe it or not. So it should be exciting. We'll see what happens with them. The Bruins, Andrew, Tuukka Rask, your guy, retired.
Oh man, I didn't even want to talk about it.
Can you? Yeah, I want to hear your speech. Like what Tuukka Rask meant to you as a young Massachusetts boy growing up, just trying to have big dreams. What did he mean to you?
Tuukka was everything, man. His name is like people. I think he might be the most underrated player in a certain city to ever exist. Everybody hated the guy. I was like, why? Like, because he never was the starter on a Stanley Cup team. It's like, dude, I hate that argument because the guy literally was like a brick wall for like 10 plus years. And it's like, oh, we didn't win anything while he's here, so he's just not good. Screw that. Like, I hate that. I hate that argument. And it's just like, I don't even know. Like, if David Ortiz, I guess, like made his thing because he like brought championships, and I get that, but it's like, I don't know. Like, Tuukka Rask still won a Stanley Cup, by the way. It's not like he didn't leave without a ring. So he just wasn't the main starter for it. But it's just like, dude, he was so underappreciated. And now look at the Bruins now, like their goalie situation's awful. And it's like all it took is 1 year of Tuukka not being here, and they're literally terrible at goalie. So
how are you holding up emotion?
Yeah, not great. That was bad. It was just like the whole thing of like he kind of like came out of the woodworks and was like, hey guys, I'm back. I'm gonna sign with you guys for dirt cheap, and I'm just gonna play because I just want to play for the Bruins. And you're like, you love that. It's like this guy just signed like a vet minimum, like barely anything deal. And you're like, hey, we just got one of the best goalies in the world at a deal that was like insane. And then, so there was all that hype of him coming back, and then all of a sudden he's gone. So it's like he played 4 games and he's gone, and he's retired, and it sucks. So it's like, his number's going to get retired in the rafters, whether people like it or not. So I don't know, man. It's been tough. The Bruins stink right now. They're back to stinking, and it's like whatever.
That all sucks because you had, Poppy going in the Hall of Fame, which was awesome. But it's like great. Like my childhood's done.
I've literally made a couple posts about that.
I've seen him. I'm
sad.
like, man, this man's in his feels right now.
Well, come on, dude. You are too. Like,
oh no, I'm miserable. I'm miserable like 80% of the time. So it just adds to it.
How old were you in 2004?
4.
Exactly. So Poppy's been doing this since you were 4, and all the way through, like you were in 2016 is when he retired.
Yeah, so I was probably a sophomore.
You were in high school. Yeah.
Sophomore.
So he's been doing it from the time you were 4 until you were in high school. Like that was like the one, like it's just like Brady, right? It's like Brady's been doing it since you
forever, my entire life.
You could barely even talk, and he was.
I don't think I could talk.
It's like, yeah, I don't know if that added up.
19.
When did babies start talking?
I think 14, 15 years old. No, I don't know, 3, 4. I have no idea. You're the one that's closer to being a dad than I am, so you got to figure this stuff out.
Hold on a second.
When do they start talking?
There's no way. What kind of alien babies are they quoting out here? Dude, it says after 9 months, babies can start saying basic words. There's not a chance that's happening. Show me a baby who's saying words at 9 months.
Imagine your baby at 9 months just starts reading off your credit score.
Dude, no kidding. What?
At 9 months, the baby starts talking. At 11, they start building their 401k.
Seriously,
at 14 months,
at freaking 12,
At 14 months, they get a vacation home in Aruba. All right. They're quick nowadays, man. They, honest to God.
No, I cannot believe this is actually a thing.
That is messed up.
It is literally on Google. It says after 9 months.
There's no way. I'm sorry.
Then it says they talk more words at 12 to 18 months.
I mean,
which is like a year to a year and a half.
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
I don't understand it, but we're evolving somehow, and it's starting to become a little scary.
No, it's terrifying. Bro, if I'm ever out in public and a 9-month-old says something to me,
what the hell?
I'm sorry, dude. I'm throwing the baby out. I'm taking the baby. I'm throwing it out. Something's seriously wrong.
If I'm over in Wegmans by the train and I hear a 9-month-old say, "Dada, it's a train," I'm like, get that thing far away from this Wegmans.
Well, you can't even walk at 9 months, can you?
No, I don't. I don't even know.
Let's see. When can a baby walk, bro?
What would be your guess if you had to guess?
Let me think. Walking? Well, see, I want to say a year old, but then that's crazy to me that you got this kid that just can't walk for a year. A year is a long time.
Yeah, I don't know if that's happening. It literally says right here, 8 months.
They start
They'll
walking.
walk for the first time. I don't know, man.
I don't understand that.
I don't
That
think I'm
just
ever having a
doesn't seem.
kid.
It just doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't sit right with me.
Then I must be. This is off of WebMD.
That's a credible website, man.
It's very credible. I don't know about the last one, but this one, the walking one, is WebMD. So
I kind of hate WebMD though, because anytime I got like any small ailment, I'm like, great, I have cancer. Awesome.
100%. I look.
Excellent.
I'm like, hey, why do I have a headache? My my body aches, everything. You're like, oh, you actually have pancreatic cancer. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
Awesome. Great. Just what we needed. No, that's messed up though. But yeah, going back to our conversation here, like, yeah, Brady, Ortiz, Tuukka. I mean, these have been guys that have kind of shaped our childhoods, you know?
Yeah, I
So
would
it
put
sucks.
Tuukka. I'd put Tuukka in that. I would put him in the stratosphere. I know that Poppy was doing it in 04 and Brady started in 2000, but I would say Tuukka didn't start till like 07. So like I know it was like a little late, but he was here for the cup and all of the Stanley Cups, like 13, 19. I mean, he was there. So I don't know. It's tough. And I think the Bruins are going to miss him a lot. But
Oh, yeah.
I did want to bring something up that was really, I don't know. I've become like a bigger fan. It's of Mac Jones.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw any of the stuff that came out from the Pro Bowl of him being mic'd up, like any of the videos.
I think I've seen everything.
Yes, I have become an even bigger fan of him, and
I love him.
I've noticed too that like our old friend Chandler Jones even put a tweet out that was like,
I saw it.
I'm big Mac Jones fans after the weekend, like just randomly. He was like, hey, I had a good time, like referencing the Cards, blah blah. He tweeted in the next one, he's like, and I became a big fan of Mac Jones, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, so like this guy, like, I'm sorry, but his position group, Herbert and Mahomes, were just like, I feel like they're in a different like stratosphere as him, but like I feel like Mahomes obviously is who he is, and then Herbert's going to be pretty good, I think. But I think it was funny that Mac was like third guy, but
I love Mac.
It should have been Josh Allen probably, but whatever. He didn't want to play. So, but yeah, I think Mac Jones was able to be himself. I feel like he was just so dry all year long, like in his interviews, which is like the typical like
Patriot
Bill,
way.
Yeah, it's like Bill like probably wants you to not give anything to the media. But this dude was electric and he was mic'd up. He's fun. He's actually having a good time. And then I don't know. What'd you think of that? Like,
That's Mac Daddy, baby. It's Mac Daddy, dude. The Gritty. Come on now.
Mac Gritty, yeah.
Woo. Yeah, Gritty was hot.
That was something. I was shocked to see that. I just don't think Brady would have ever done something like that at that age.
No, there's just no way. I mean, Mac was just having fun. He was enjoying himself. That's what you got to do.
But he didn't do it all year, all year long.
Well, yeah, that goes back to like, could you imagine if like Mac Jones grittied what Belichick would say to him after? It wouldn't be good,
I mean, you had Gronk though doing some pretty funny stuff, like while he was here.
I think Gronk has CTE ravaging his brain right now.
I think I can agree with that.
And Belichick was probably just like, yeah, there's just no way.
Belichick never like talked about it. Like Gronk there's videos of him like dancing on the sideline, like just like being Gronk. And it's just like, he was able to be himself. And then in interviews, I guess he wasn't ever like too like off the wall, but he was still like himself. He was still cracking jokes like Yo Soy Fiesta. Remember that? Like he was like, I am the party, like, that kind of stuff. So he was doing that before, but I guess that's just a one-off. Like and Gronk obviously was like too valuable to be like, hey, you're cut. See ya.
Yeah. Clearly, So yeah, I think Mac too, like Mac's a rookie. He wants to like make a good first impression. I'm sure he might get a little bit more comfortable, open up a little bit more. But once the season comes around, like you gotta keep in mind, Pro Bowl means nothing too. So
that's true.
Belichick's probably just like, hey, go have fun as long as you're locked in once you're back on that field in the Patriots uniform. And I'm sure Mac will be. But I love Mac Jones. I mean, this guy brings some vibrancy, energy to a Patriots team that had Cam Newton struggling to throw 15 yards last year. it was just terrible. But now you got a kind of rejuvenation at the QB position. It's a lot more energy under center.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like, not excited about the cap situation, all that. That's like a different day, different story. But yeah, Mac is I think he's good. I think he's gonna be somewhat successful. Like, you obviously can't compare him to like Brady and any of that,
No.
but you can't compare him really to like Mahomes or I mean, I don't like people comparing like saying Herbert's already there because he hasn't really done anything, I guess. But Mahomes has won a Super Bowl, so I will put him up there. And it's and Joe Burrow's obviously in the Super Bowl, so I would almost say like he's not on that level yet. He's not there. Who knows if he'll ever get there? You never know. But is he gonna be like? Is he gonna? I was thinking about this. There's like you have like the tiers, right? And you have like the well, it was Brady, Rodgers, Mahomes, Josh Allen's up there somewhere. And then Burrow's, I think Burrow and Allen are kind of like here. Then you got like the Tannehill and like those type of guys that are like around Tannehill. They're like, they can lead teams to the playoffs. They're just not going to win anything. And I don't know, is that going to be Mac? Who knows?
I don't know. It's like, I think, we need like, let's reassess this 3 years down the line or something, and that's when we'll have a better idea. But I think the fact that Mac Jones made the playoffs this season, granted, it wasn't in the best spot for a playoff team to be, but it was the playoffs nevertheless. We got an extra football game. I think that is a huge sign to be able to do that in your rookie season. I mean, that's massive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm excited. So like I'm ready for next year. Who knows what it's going to look like on defense, but yeah, I don't know about Joe Judge running things either, but
our boy's gone. Joshy McDanks.
Yeah, RIP to the Brandon Bolden 3rd and 18 draw. So that will be missed, but I think though, like losing him is going to be bad for Mac, but I guess we'll cross that.
I don't know. I hated Josh McDaniels.
I know you did.
I just saw it like, I didn't think he let Mac cook. You gotta let Mac cook. You got to, like, let him throw the ball. I don't want to see Mac Jones throwing screens on 3rd and 71 to Brandon Bolden. I don't want to see it. McDaniels did too much of that.
I got too much PTSD from that because I just remember every time I was like, dude.
Every single time. We talked about it in our first episode. I know it's going to come up again down the line at some point, but it was the most predictable thing I've ever seen in my life.
It should help next year getting James White back if he does come back.
Yeah,
but
that'll be huge.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about him. Totally forgot about that man.
He was not top of mind for me, but I think Bill O'Brien or bust on offense, but we'll see. I return to the butt chin, man. Like his butt.
Okay.
Like if you
huge.
if there's like a Mount Rushmore butt chins, Bill O'Brien's got to be on there.
I would imagine.
I can't even think of somebody else that has one that's like somewhat like famous, like anybody.
Peter Griffin. Animated cartoon. We're gonna count it. Peter Griffin.
That's tough. I'm scared. Oh, gosh, I'm scared to Google this.
I would not Google that right now. I'd Google that on your own time, I think.
All right, carry on.
What were you gonna Google? What were you gonna Google? I can't even speak. What were you gonna Google? Like best butt chins?
Famous butt chins.
Quite the search. Your FBI agent on your phone is gonna be like, what is happening right now? What is this?
Wow. I am shocked. There's some pretty notable people on here.
What do we got?
John Travolta, pretty notable.
Does Quentin Tarantino make the cut?
Russell Crowe,
Russell Crowe.
He's a pretty well-known person. Okay. I don't know about this. They're saying Affleck is on here.
Come on.
They said Affleck and Matt Damon's on here.
No, this is an anti-Boston website. whatever it may be.
And they're saying Vanessa Hudgens is on here. All right.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, no,
this is very ridiculous. And they put Sandra Bullock on. All right. I think I got like a different opinion on this, but
literally
it's BuzzFeed.com/celebrities-you didn't know have butt chins.
That's wrong. I mean, that's just wrong. Imagine being a celebrity and finding yourself on that list, bro. I'd be so mad. I'd be so frustrated. Glad I'm not famous. You need a moment? You good? Wonderful. Wonderful stuff. Really bringing the heat today. What's going on back home? I'm out of the loop on the culture stuff here. I know we always try and throw one in at the end. What is going on back home in the Commonwealth, Andrew?
Well, I actually just drove like an hour ago, and there's people outside in shorts right now.
Well, what's the temp?
And it is 53.
Oh, that's shorts weather, kid. Come on.
Well, I know.
Come on.
But I'm just saying, like, it is kind of funny that there's still a snowbank outside of my apartment that's probably foot tall or maybe more. I don't know. Snowbanks are pretty big, obviously, but it's kind of funny because you got like people doing on their runs right now, and you have like the people that are just in their like shorts, and then it's like, oh, they're gonna run by this like snowbank that's like taller than you. So
weird time of year. Weird time.
It's like really weird because this is the thing I don't get, by the way, is we got hammered by that blizzard.
Yeah.
So we get absolutely smoked. I think Cambridge had I think the final in Cambridge was like 18 inches, which wasn't as bad as like South Shore. They got like 30 plus.
Yep.
But we still had 18 here. And it's like, I remember the news was like, oh yeah, like you guys gotta like get stuff to last you a couple days. I literally went to brunch the next morning after a hit down in Southie, like the very next morning. I was like, roads were completely clear. I want to say that's insane. Like the amount of people that drive independent trucks and like plow over here, it's just like unheard of.
Well, yeah, they just boom.
Well, I don't think you understand. Like, it's not like that. It's not like that in St. Louis. It's not like if it snowed 18 inches in St. Louis, that place is like closed for a week. Like,
yeah,
they can't get there. Those roads aren't even going to be plowed until probably 6 days in. And I'm not even kidding. Like, it would take a long time.
That's actually absurd. I know, like Milwaukee, when that happens, it's just like nowhere to put the snow.
Like, yeah, they're used to it here, right? So it's like you go anywhere else. Like Dallas, Texas just got snow last week, which was insane because that place never gets snow. And they were like, they didn't know what to do. It was like they got like 2-3 inches, and it was like chaos.
Yeah,
so think about that. It's like, put that into thing. It's like people still kind of go a little crazy here with like grocery shopping, I guess, before like a big blizzard, but I don't know, man.
I've never understood the grocery shopping. Well, I get it, like for food, I get it. But it's always like we need milk and bread when the storm's
I don't
coming.
Understand that.
Why?
Who's drinking milk every day anyway?
Well, listen, man, I love milk. I'm not even gonna lie. Absolutely love milk. I would drink that every day.
I'm not even gonna say anything.
Whatever, it's fine, dude. Sorry that you're sorry that you're immature. Okay, whatever. It's fine. But like the bread thing.
The bread. All right, I'll get past the milk because I will say milk. You have to have milk to make like mac and cheese or like stuff like that. So I get it. All right.
Well, I mean, that's not even a necessity in a snowstorm. I feel like you should really be going out and buying a generator or something.
True. I'll give you that one.
You know?
Yeah, I feel like generator sales should be like through the roof. They're like, like you gotta go get your generator like before, but then it's like you can only have so many generators, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So like milk and eggs is something that like just keeps giving.
I suppose.
You're a grocery store guy.
A big grocery store guy. I feel like
how many milk and eggs does a grocery store usually go through like in a week?
A disgusting amount.
Exactly.
Especially Wegmans, man. Disgusting.
Exactly. So it's like this stuff just keeps churning. Like a generator, it's like you buy one and you're
good. You're set for life. Dude, that's what I'm nervous about. Here, hear me out here. Like, when I was back home at my parents' house, like, my mom, she has all these, like, things, like house decorations, right? And it's like one of those things that it's like one and done. Like, for example, like the napkin holder my mother has
Oh
back
God.
home. You know, it holds the napkins, right? It's like this nice little design or whatever. I don't know how much that was. Probably we'll say it was like $8, right? It's not a necessity item, but it just makes the house look nicer. I am terrified, dude. Like when I grow up, I mean, I guess I'm grown. When I'm older, get a house, hopefully, whatever, apartment, whatever. Am I gonna have to be getting like napkin holders? Like, do you have napkin holders at your house or your apartment rather?
No chance.
Or are you just raw dogging the napkins out there, just letting them fly?
I think the napkin industry should just fold, because if you're not a paper towel guy by now, like, who are you?
No, napkins are big, man. I mean, paper towels,
No,
like, no, come on, come on, come
the
on.
napkin industry is dying, and paper towels are here to stay.
Well, paper towels are big. I'm pro paper towel, but like you need a napkin in some situations.
I am anti napkin. All
All
right,
right.
anti.
Okay, that's fair. Well, yeah, you guys got hit with the snow bad. We have not got hit with any snow out here. Like we had some last night. Roads were terrible. My car battery is dead. It's been sitting in the Marquette parking garage for 2 weeks now, so I haven't been going anywhere. My girl's been driving me around. Shout out to her. But yeah, no, it's horrible. I've been Ubering everywhere. Literally just deceased in the parking garage right now. My car is literally collecting dust. I'm not even kidding.
Does it have? Is there any fix in sight, like anywhere?
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like I jumped it. I jumped it. It worked. I was like, let's go. It works. I drive around a little bit. I'm like, all right, we're back in business, baby. The car is back. The mass plates are steaming on the roads of Milwaukee. We're making the present snow. I get back in the parking garage. I park her. I go down the elevator. I'm feeling good, man. Walking through the streets, pepping my step. A couple days later, bro, like crazy weather, like -30 at night. Go back out to my car, won't start. I'm like, son of a gun, dude. Son of a gun. I would use other words, but we do not have the explicit tag on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, so we're keeping it PG.
So you just can't say it.
I could say it. I'd have to bleep it out. I don't want to do those edits today. I really don't. We got a long episode going. Like the Big Cheese last episode. I mean, he was swearing. I was like, bro, I got to bleep these out now.
Was he? I don't even remember.
Yes,
that.
man, he was. So I was like, I got to bleep these out. And he's like,
I was gonna say we should have the Big Cheese back on, but we're gonna have to like make sure we have the beep ready for him.
I know. I got it ready. We're good. So I go back. Car won't start. I'm like, this sucks. Next day I wake up. I try and start it because it got a little bit warmer outside. Doesn't start. Jump it again. It's good. Drive around. We're good to go. Like 2 days later, I try starting again. Nothing. Just nothing. So my battery is clearly messed up.
Can I ask you how you jump it, by the way?
I have a little like jumper pack, and you like charge it, throw the clips onto the battery, start her up, and you're good to go.
So you don't have to like get like Big Cheese to pull his car over there.
No, I don't need
because
Big
I
Cheese.
hate that. Like,
yeah, no.
I always feel bad because I'm just like, hey, but like I've only had my battery die once, and I remember I was like in a parking garage, like similar to you probably, and I was like, hey, like there was like a guy randomly walking to his freaking car, probably just trying to like go home, and I'm just like, hey, buddy, can you like help me out? And then it's like such like an inconvenience on that guy now because I like roped him into this and he doesn't want to do it. So it's like, oh, I hate that. Like
it's awful. But no, it's a one-man show, one-man band. I might try jumping in again, but I think I just need to buy a new battery. I mean, that's what it's really coming down to.
Best of luck.
I'm scared, man.
We need an update next week when we do the next one.
I doubt I'll touch my car in the next week. I honestly I just it's one of those things I have way too much on my plate right now. I just got to push it off. Like I'm in a city, I can walk places, I can Uber, I can take the bus if need be. Like it is what it is, you know. You roll with the punches, man. But yeah, no, that thing. If anyone wants to break into my car, it is just sitting there. I mean, heavy target right now.
I just can't believe that the big stallion over there is just
The Red Ranger, man. It's the Red Ranger. I've had her for a long time. She is on her last leg. She really has to be.
Is she even gonna make it back to the Commonwealth?
Not a chance. Not a chance. I mean, there's just no chance. There's just no chance. If anyone out there listening wants to start a GoFundMe, get me a new car, I'll love you forever. But I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Can I even have it towed out of a parking garage? I have no idea.
I think it's inconvenient for the like tow truck because there's not a lot of room, but I'm sure it's possible.
Probably. I mean, I can jump it and get a little action out of it if I need to move it, but I have no idea.
Scary stuff, man.
It's a problem for the spring when it's warmer.
Oh yeah.
I don't need to deal with that.
I've been finding myself doing that. It's like I really want to work out, but I'm like, it's really, really cold outside. So it's really like I don't want to do anything, right? It's like
no. That's how I feel. But we'll get it fixed eventually. We'll see what happens. Anything for your closing thoughts here? We've had a nice long talk about the weather, my dead car. It's really been insightful here. But do you have any closing remarks?
I'll tell you what, man. If the MLB lockout does not end,
I'm so sick of this.
If it doesn't end in the next week, my closing statement for this podcast is this might be my last podcast because it's like the things that I would do for baseball at Fenway, like an 80-degree night, 70-degree night. Man. It's just like if they try to take that away from me this summer and just like, oh, sorry guys, we just can't get a deal done. It's like, no, that's not it. Like I can't have that. All right.
No,
like
you can't.
No, and I don't think I'm alone. And
you're not.
There's just something about a Friday night, 7:10 start Fenway when it's like July. Something about it.
You got that pink sky over by the Prudential.
Something about it, right?
Seriously, like I would give up so much for that right now.
I don't even care where I don't care if I was sitting in the upper bleachers. I don't care if I was sitting right behind home plate. Who cares? Like that feeling is just you can't recreate that.
I would give up a foot, and I am like not even kidding. Like I would say like, oh, I'd give up like an arm and a leg. That would obviously be an exaggeration. I would legitimately give up my foot for that right now. Like if you came in and you were like, I will transport you to Fenway Park on a Friday night, 7:10 first pitch, Chris Sale on the mound, going against the Yankees or the Rays or whoever. I don't even care who it's against.
Yeah, I don't either.
And I'd be like, okay, what's the catch? And they said, you have to give up your foot. I would give up my foot.
Just one game?
Just one game.
You're right or left?
I don't care.
It depends.
No, it doesn't.
It matters for sure.
Your hand matters. Like I write with my right hand. You know,
you don't walk on your feet?
I do, but you're telling me one of your feet is getting more action than the other?
100%.
What? How?
Are you right foot or left foot?
No. No one in this world is right-footed.
I'm right-footed.
If you're a kicker, if you're an NFL kicker or you play soccer,
I'm right-footed.
Did you play like soccer growing up or something?
I did.
Did you?
I played in high school, yeah.
Okay, that's fair. All right. See, I never played soccer. So my feet have been getting dual action throughout my 22 years of life.
See, that's fair. I guess I thought about it a little more because my biggest fault in soccer and why I wasn't as good as I probably could have been, I didn't have a left foot. I could not use my left foot to save my life. Like I played on defense, I played right back, and I couldn't play on the left side because I didn't have a left foot. I don't know why. I can't use it.
That's bizarre.
So it matters. Like I might give them my left foot, but if they ask for my right, no deal. Like I can't do it.
I guess I'd give them my left. I mean, I prefer my left. If they were going to take my right, it would probably be no skin off my back.
Oh, it would be terrible for me. I don't even play soccer anymore. I'm still like, nah, I'm right footed. I'm not going to lose my right.
Well, see, that's why I sucked at basketball because I had no left hand.
That was okay with me. I'm like ambidextrous. I can write with both hands.
Can you actually?
I can.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I can do that, but like, no, feet, no way. But yeah, that was my closing thought. So I don't know how we got on feet, but
No.
I need the baseball lockout to end, and it might end tomorrow, Saturday, but I'm not gonna even get my hopes up because just not. But yeah, hopefully baseball's back.
Hope so. We need it. Red Sox coming off a great year. We obviously want to get into Red Sox talk. Haven't been able to much with this lockout, but hopefully we're close. Andrew's got his Red Sox hat on. He's ready to go. He's gearing for it. And as am I. So we might just have Cape Cod League baseball this summer. Which born Braves.
Go Bravos.
Go Bravos, baby. But yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Episode 9, right around an hour today. Good to be back for sure. We'll try and crank these out whenever. Obviously, schedule gets a little busy here and there, but we're still sticking with it. So thanks for sticking along with us. Make sure you go and check out all of our forms of social media. They're right below on this beautiful border. You can check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts now, which is still relatively new. But that's probably the easiest place to get the show since I know most people have an iPhone. So make sure you go check us out there. But yeah, links down below, or at least our handles. Not quite links, but go check them out. Give us the follow. Shoot us some likes. DM us. Comment. If you want to come on the show, you got something you're gearing to talk about, go for it. All right? We'd love to have you on. We really would. But guys, thanks so much for joining us. Until next time, we will see you then, but take it easy.